they come to you every Saturday this same time, courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. Today, again, we will continue to talk about the importance of education in the governance process of the state. But in today's discussion, we will focus on the grammar school type of education. Previous programs, we don't look at the importance of civic education. We get, so much we will learn from that, from, the panelists. Then we also talk about, the vocational type of education. We learn so much from that again because we see how much, from that program, how much it come out, say, a really very important for me to also focus on that type of education so that we be able for, strengthen the middle level manpower as a country. And today, they now focus on the grammar school type of education. For help me talk about that, I get my panelists with me at the studio, people with high intellectual orientation, people we don't do so much research on several areas of study. We I believe say if you continue for watch the program before the end of this program, I assure you say you will learn a lot. Make I introduce me panelists to you. I will start with the person within my immediate right, and in another person, but the chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, Dr. Abubakar Hassan Kagbo. Chair, say hello to Fambule.
Fambul Unakusheo.
Okay. That now the voice of the chairman, as well as see, not somebody we don't contribute immensely. He don't contribute so much in the area of education in this country. In fact, and not just don't they teach as lecturer, but he also writes books where they really help in the governance process of the state, because most of the books he writes dwell on governance issues. Welcome to the program, Chair.
Thank you.
I get with me also an activist, somebody we also gets wide knowledge, somebody we don't they read na different disciplines. In fact, now as we did talk, now a barrister and solicitor, and he is Charlie Israel Williams, barrister. Say hello to Fambula.
Fambula.
Okay. Maybe as they go on, we will get with third panelist, and when he can, we will introduce them. But before we continue with the program, make a first of all, make una know say the National Commission for Democracy still they continue with in activities them across the country with the whole meetings with people where we try to raise awareness so that they self go actively participate in the governance process of the state. In fact, as I talk now, we get radio programs where they go on right now across the regions, now all the regions. And honestly, with the program just Ncd, we they invite people and we get knowledge in several other areas where they come for see how much they're able for talk sense into the people so that themselves will get that kind of awareness and understanding, and themselves will contribute immensely to this big governance process where we all know say something we new, but we really they try for make ourselves go adapt and see how much we can for improve on them. Now I go come to my panelists them and ask them first for make them go give me them pick for this week. So I will start with the chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, Dr. Kagbo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I think my own pick this week na society we have been there we go see. I want to say na something qualitative in the governance process, and this year now the meeting will take place yesterday between government and the civil society organization in terms of dialogue where will take place now the Bintu Money Conference Center.
Okay.
And the most important aspect the president in speech he emphasized was say if we don't look or long for that day yesterday where civil society and government will sit down and begin talk. Because for talk, where with man called dialogue, now the centerpiece of governance. Very, very important for the people not only talk between and among themselves, but communication for day, talk for day between government and the people. And the agency where can facilitate that process there, or the intermediary that the civil society groups them. So for them come yesterday and start for talk, because this why our government say now a series of dialogues, series of meetings all over Sierra Leone. You're going to take place all over Sierra Leone. So yesterday, now just the beginning, but definitely now a good start. It point towards the right direction. For let people not left anyone behind, let everyone be involved by the governance process, and the realization for say it better for talk than for war. You know, it's better to judge than to war. So dialogue is very important. As I can say, we're all different, coming from different backgrounds, coming from different political sort of alliance. So we need for talk, for let we get a consensus. We'll get one word among we serve as a people. You go find out say governance going to be much more easier, and we go able enjoy. You know, we go get happiness within that governance environment there. So I give kudos to both government and the CSOs, and hope say they go continue this process amicably, and we go gain as a people the benefits of democratic good governance in terms of participation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Honestly, this is really very interesting. I feel say now a step in the right direction, because if governments the dialogue with civil society, then civil society where they serve as a watchdog or where they advocate on behalf of the people, I believe say they able for meet and see how much they go forge ahead with the issues that will go benefit. I mean, we Sierra Leoneans, we hope say, like we say, this will continue and it will continue in good faith. Barrister, what's the week for this week, sir?
Yes, still in the same week, we see USAI government don't repeal Part 5 of the Public Order Act 1965, Act number Act for Public Order 1965, Part 5, government repeal them, and they follow the comments and reactions, of course, from government, from the public, from activists, and from other people who are interested in that particular aspect of human rights. We also realize, say, this particular repeal, because in law we can get a repeal and a replacement. You say the act is repealed and replaced. So we also say this repeal gets a replacement with the IMC Act 2020. Now, I don't follow up comments and analysis. Some people they talk about how draconian the 1965 Public Order Act, especially Part 5 be. And of course, we don't agree in terms of history, how it come about, USAI come out, within have been the purpose of this act. And quite interestingly, our governments over time, including the present government, have used it for, call certain people to task to say that we right or we say. So the long and short now that, in as much as now we condemn this act and say it's draconian, it don't serve almost all the governments of Sierra Leone from the time where it came into existence in 1965, whether for good or for bad, but all we government and all use them for prosecute people, journalists, and so on and so forth. We get present cases, we still they on, we get what with who they talk about. Now, also I want for really draw me peak and conclude. Now that, as I say, this act has been, this section has been, this part has been repealed, but it has been replaced. We know that there is so much about the replacement.
Okay.
And for me, I think as an activist and also somebody who is interested in governance, I think that we know so much for the party around the repeal. in as much as yes, it is good, but let's take our time for a look at the IMC Act and ask few questions. The IMC Act, it don't actually solve the issues where the Public Order Act 1965 Part 5 been created. The IMC Act don't solve them, or injury they add salt to injury. I mean, so we want for see that discussion take the floor, and then we go able for critically now analyze and say, oh yes, the repeal of the Part 5 of Public Order Act 1965 is actually a good thing, because the replacement so good and so acceptable, and so I think say we should not be celebrating the repeal only. We for look at the replacement critically. You can find out say up till now the replacement has not been put on the internet. It's not there. So you begin for wonder how many people get access, because whilst they celebrate something with a non-put and they don't bring something new, you get for take your time before you begin the dance and turn on a gun for see what thing don't come and able for analyze and properly, so that at the end of the day, when we the glad so that gladness they will continue.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barrister. The quote is here, I think say we need to get access to that documents and see what thing really them put in place for replace the repealed part or part of the Public Order Act. We all know say don't say regionalists them they advocate, don't tell them they cry for make them repeal party, and we're happy that this government don't repeal them. But the quote is say if I'm for make you see what's in the replacement and make we also give you opinion on that. And thank you very much. Make I just remind family with the listen, say the program where they watch now na Ncd Hour, where they come to courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. And today we they talk about the importance of the grammar school type of education in the governance process of the state. Maybe they bring the program to you, Mina Ibrahim Sirajuba. Yourself will also get an opportunity for contribute to these discussions. Just look at the screen, you will see the numbers, send text message in there. And when you send your messages, we go read those messages for the panelists them for comments. But make sure say if you send message, let the message be connected to it with the discourse. Now, Chair, make us start with you. Now, maybe start with discussions proper. We did talk about, we did look about we did focus on the importance of the grammar school type of education. But I'm will go on for know which is grammar school type of education. What does it exactly mean?
Well, the grammar school type of education for Sierra Leone, now Waitman then bring that type of education there, because now that type of education they then serve me. And when you look at all the former British colonies, they all start with the grammar school type of education, where originally in Latin and they teach. Then they teach Latin, but later they left but most importantly, you go do geography, you go do physics, you go do chemistry, you go do biology, you go do history, you go do biology, geography, all the other subjects apart from vocational. But now they don't modify them where initially now be academically proven subjects they may do. But now you find out for say they don't mix them. So you find out for say recently, academically oriented no more. The grammar school itself don't try for sort of bring other subjects and come inside like the one way for vocational. So you find out for say, we not purely get what you would call the typical grammar school we start up with. When Latin and the teach now, in fact, Latin only again, but you get history, you go get government, you get chemistry, you get geography, that subject in there. But that subject in there, it will bring you come up for let you academically sound, because then they teach you for let go university, let go do a degree course, we go either make you a teacher in that subject in there, or lawyer in that subject in there, or sort of doctor in that subject and they, but first they no teach you for you go become a computer person or in the vocational area. So you find out for say now the grammar school type of education name we don't start with, but Sierra Leone now over time don't begin sort of bring in vocational training because we need them as a country. We only need for we train doctors them, lawyers them, teachers them. They're important. But now as a developing country, we need vocational, courses them. We will bring up the middle level manpower. We will help Sierra Leone for now get people away na computer, people them will get people away do mason, carpentry, plumbing, dressmaking, all that kind of thing them we will give other people a job. But the grammar school type of education, yes, it was important. Then we all come up, but later we can find out to say, even in Sierra Leone, we can get the 6334. We can bring a component of vocational, training within. And vocational training, as we see, very, very important, for the country. So the grammar school type of education don't begin way, although my own school, Salon Grammar School, we call it grammar school because, of course, now that we start up with the subject and we will teach you for become lawyer, doctor, etc.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chair. Like you said, the grammar school type of education really important, but it can mix with other type of education. Now, make a bring in barrister. Barrister, even as you did, try for explain to people for make them or add to what in Chair say on what's really the grammar school type of education. I want to make like you give small comparison between the grammar school type of education and the vocational type of education.
Okay, thank you. I think say the grammar school type of education now waiting normally we can call formal education. In the sense that now a structured and systematic form of learning, and that make you reading like say attendance na compulsory and you get age limit. Now that go make them tell you say if the pikin of 5 years age, not go take on a class 1. If the pikin do 3 years, okay, we go accept on a nursery. So it's a structured format of education. Also they talk about attendance. And that make you go then they call register a school. And then you also this thing about syllabus, where the school period don't be broken down into it will call term, first term, second term, third term. And each of them terms then you get term where you for don't do waiting. So you define out saying a structured kind of learning program. Okay? But the technical or the vocational kind of education we sometimes they can call, and then another important thing about the formal education, and that we can also say a classroom-based education.
Okay.
Whereas the vocational or technical education, some people can also call non-formal. Now that kind of education we, like classroom-based per se.
Okay.
But the intention yonder, now for make you learn something outside the subject the way chairman be they call so. Okay? Yanda na something specific you get for do with your skills, your creativity, now you the learn. Okay? But at the end of the day, whether in a grammar school type of education or na the other kind of education when a technical vocational, at the end of the day, the important thing is that the purpose of education now for impact knowledge. Okay, so knowledge now your impact, and that knowledge they now useful for democracy. And also later we're going to talk about the link between the relevance to the democracy. And so, but the other important thing about these two, apart from the knowledge with impact, now that the mind, the human mind, it need training, it need development, it need what you call sharpening. When you born pikin, it get stages where they go through. If you not get anything with the teacher, it will remain as a day. It will remain, well, Kotu can call in the primitive stage, state, where you not get any additional information. Because when Motaman born, they born with information. They born with the ability for think and all of that. But beyond that stage, education now, they take you, say what you call the sharpen the horizon. It orientate the mind for make you able for know other things. So the difference not too great. Not only that, the formal education, they lead you to a particular place, whereas the non-formal, they lead you to some other place. But at the end of the day, both sort of education, they target the mind.
Okay, and both they make you able for serve society.
Yes.
For the different society. Yes. Looking at the ultimate objective.
Definitely.
I'm a top panelist just the come inside. I'll make a welcome. Reverend Jibril Akagbo, one of the PR and Communications Director of the National Commission for Democracy. Reverend, since you just come, in fact, I have 2 questions I'll ask you now. First of all, you will give you pick, and so you also contribute to what you just made with the discourse. What's in a grammar school type of education? How you compare them with the vocational type of education?
Plenty, thank you, Mr. Ba. Sorry, we know the traffic there. We city, but we don't manage for can. Well, in terms of my pick for today, I consider say we don't lift up the curfew. I know sometimes somebody mentioned that, but we don't lift the curfew, and now we see say people get 24 hours at the streets of Freetown and the rest of the nation. And for me, my concern is that people for realize say Corona not done it.
Okay.
And therefore we need for take with time. Yes, of course, we do work for a democratic institution. We say we want to make people that get an unfettered freedom. We make you understand there's nothing in this life we will say absolute. So therefore we even enjoy your right. Remember saying for enjoy responsibly and not go to that way. You don't go once and you don't need for transfer to other person because you want for you don't give freedom for go about, so you want for going for do what you want for do. Enjoy that freedom they responsibly, and remember say Corona not done yet. Other nations in fact they talk about the third wave. And we there so because God will help we, some people they deny. So they are more take with time.
Okay.
Yes. And you see the reason we make we even need for take with time because we not even know the nature of this kind of sickness. Sometimes you will get answer you don't even know that you get. Pass something and test you. So take with time and help we self and help others make Salone put an end to this menace that is the corona virus disease. But I'm going to the issue where they're on the floor in terms of academic education. Of course, one for comparing to other type of education. Well, in fact, what I use naive, even for use for define grammar school type of education. That is the one way academically oriented. Where you sit down a classroom, the formal aspect of it, and emphasis is placed on academic achievement. You get for write tests, take exam, and consider many theories, and we don't kind of put them into a curriculum. We say they expect you for make you enroll. Well, now it don't become fashionable kindergarten or nursery. You go primary, secondary. After that, you go into a tertiary institution. We say you go get a degree in certain areas. Well, you get the liberal arts, you get the social sciences, you get the hard core sciences, pure and applied, engineering, things like that. We say you go end up for become a medical doctor, an engineer, a teacher or a lawyer, now in the one way people consider as being fashionable. Yonder, now most of the time, it's the brain power. But then practical, hands-on jobs, where, truth be told, now this, I the money day, we neglect them. Now we push their side, say, old water, fine. And we go make the distinction by the kind of job where we end up for do, based on the kind, whether a grammar school type of education you get, we can call say, you go get a white collar job, and the other way, now that tech voc education you get, and we'll tell you say you go get a blue collar job. Well, these are the basic things there, but I think the essence of this program, I think, is for make we get some reorientation, make we understand, say, nothing other in this life will be disregarded. The kind of education we get is so important that it better make you get than you not get at all. So whether it's the academic type or the vocational type, education is needed. And we want to take this thing one step further, say, the level of education, now any country, they determine how them people and they contribute to the governance of the state. We're able to understand issues, they're able to think critically, able to analyze and assess the situation, then able for all the leaders them accountable.
Okay.
But in instances where with level of education, whatever you call them, whether it's the academic or the grammar school type or the vocational, if it low, we politicians then will get a field day. Then go do what you want for do. And truth be told, that is the problem or challenge we have in a country like Sierra Leone. We say we get a very serious illiteracy rate, a very, very high. Basically, people not able to understand, for read and write in this formal type of education they talk about. And then they handicap people, they challenge people for make them understand what in they happen, what in governance really mean, and how then say for come inside. So, Mr. Moderator, my emphasis now that we need for pay attention to education, even as we think, look at the different types now. The last time we talk about civic education, and we say, okay, we also look at the vocational type, but today we are talking about the grammar school type, the academic type. Okay. In a country, you're supposed to forget all the layers then they, all the aspects of education for make the country team up to Kanga one. Now inside there, the economy go grow well. Now inside there, social activities go happen very well. Now inside there, even political activities go happen very well. All the people understand. We then get education. And one statement they will always hear, and one person will don't popularize them. Now with chairman, he say, until philosophers are rulers, or rulers have knowledge of philosophy, cities won't have rest. In fact, then they underscore the importance of education in the governance of the state. It's simply the same we say, if the people don't know, things are going to go wrong.
Okay. Thank you very much, Reverend. I think that you don't give very good analysis, and one survey you touch were really very important, because next way in fact will lead me to the next question. That be it grammar school type of education or vocational type of education, if really the people get whichever type of education, maybe in fact they even reduce the burden on the politicians, or in fact it will even help people for think right. You don't go this moment and say you dey vote for politician because people can give something, because honestly this, but the problem I guess most times, we only like when we talk about illiterates, that somebody else have been reading right. What about the one that we, because for me we can't reach here, in fact this will come to the next question, because we now they look at the importance of the grammar school type of education, but like now with the mix grammar school education type of education. With the talk, we only can emphasize the level of illiteracy rates in the country. But again, we also get a huge number of people in this country where they're not just illiterate, but they don't even get trade. Sometimes pass that this you go see something. You know, you go then at streets they cause problem. That this you go see then at streets ready for killing self for competition. That this you go see. You know, it gets in your way, where it is way in fact they become a menace to society. You not can say this also gets way for affect or it a very big challenge.
No, definitely a big challenge. The education, you know, process will be all round. In terms of getting formal, they will complement each other. Like so when we've been to do the curriculum on civic education for the informal sector. When you look at the informal sector, past the formal sector, naturally, you know so. So if you for educate them, you for do so, not only for teach them skills, but for teach them for let they know the whereabouts. You know, I remember there was a time when I was young, President Sekou Touré began one program in Guinea, we call analphabetism, you know, in French, where for people who know Mr. read and write, up to some of the people in camp, then teach people them for 6 months, people in learn how to read and write. Tell them when they will not go school safe, they able to read and write. You understand? But we tell them we get people that able to read and write. We're born in able to read and write, they die in able to read and write. So if we don't get a program where for them enable, you know, them people they understand, like where Reverend Aptu don't put on. Until you get the understanding, you know, about how governance they go, you the one they govern no get them, you know, easy. And now one thing, something in there, I think that the Bible say, my people perish for lack of vision or lack of knowledge.
Yes,
you understand? When you don't get knowledge, you they perish. And you know, you then lead people into a limbo, to destruction. So now for that mean, I'm glad you will get this sort of thing about human capital, development of human capital. But when they develop human capital, now overall development of the human being, like I would say the rationale of education is to bring out what the individual is serving within. That is, you bring out what in a man the way them born, what you get inside. Now through education, you try for you panel beat them, you try for sort of file them, you try for nurture them. You say man like a rough diamond. Now all the way polish them, like it's good thing. It's more expensive. Only thing where you don't capacitate the individual in terms of human capital, now the human being become a real human being. Because according to Comenius, they born you like a savage. Now education they pull you from that sort of situation, it make you to a human being. You know, proper human being for live according, you know, to how you for live. And that live according to how you for live. Now we talk about civic education now today. So that you get citizens education, we're going to let you able to complement other man's own effort within a society. So therefore, yes, the way you talk, definitely, if we not improve the education, you know, of the total population of the country, it will affect the governance properly. You know, and governance should be in the hands of those who know. When you know, you go know what you for do. But when you don't know, you not go know what you know for do. You know, and a good way in a society, let you know what you for do. When you know what you for do, you get that ethic there, you find out for certain people and get them, then things smooth, it will go smoothly. So definitely we for improve education. And the way we talk about this vocational education, I remember there was a time when people they'll come to you say, "Pa, I want to make people for go university. I want to be lawyer. I want to be doctor." So if you tell them, say, why you not turn to vocational, even the computer? Don't say no, pa. We don't want to pick Lego learn computer. You see, because the grammar school type of education don't give you that sort of thinking for say is superior to other type of education. But somebody tell you now just to say, who said the money they now neglect? Who said the money they now neglect? And who say go make for them we develop very very fast the technical knowledge where they help the middle level manpower. We don't like them. We not like for the tea. All man want to white collar job. You understand? So that you have to change the minds of the people, the mindset of people. Say if you be agriculturist, it's not bad. You don't contribute. I worked for a farmer when I'm in Europe. Every holiday, either they get me money for me to suit them. But if you see that farmer there, he gets 3% anything. You get 3 horses, you get 3 cars, in beginning and you stretch. You know, you follow for say they live a good life. But a farmer, when they go up and pick potato, raspberry, you know, put inside, count them, you know. But now we don't want to be farmers. We get Boku land, we import something like $250 million food every year. We know one sort of ensure say we take that money, we plumb back into something else. Why would they grow food? We get good sort of land, we get good info, you understand? Just because the psyche of Sierra Leoneans, now for them we get the grammar school type of education. Now as you say, people they balance more to vocational. I think some have been victim. When we begin and say they want to do computer studies, I say, but look, I don't left boku books in Mienda. Now they go read them. I say, oh, wow, they go do computer studies. Later, I had to change. Mr. Mion, psyche, na being a school type. Yes. Let me be lawyer, let me be doctor, you know anything like that. So we have to change our psyche, but definitely talk. Education is necessary for we all, for let governance, business be very, very well. Let go very, very well. You go, you the governor, when they tell the govern with something, let that govern, positively govern, let it understand well. That communication there for go through. And that communication there, it depends upon education. Depend upon education. You're not going to be highly educated person, not to pass go university. But let's get the sort of knowledge. When you able to know what thing government say for do, and what thing government not say for do, and how for do them. And what thing government say how for relate with your other company and the society. So we need them so that the society will go on well. But definitely education is very important. We need for that we get on we all so that we go make the country, you know, grow. Let everybody get understanding so that things go be very, very well. Because education now within the philosopher talk about hedonism. Education they lead you for know the good and the bad, and they lead you to for let you avoid pain and seek enjoyment. A mortal man, how God make we now for seek enjoyment. So if you are for seek enjoyment, you need for educate yourself so that we get what you forget, so that we not become frustrated, and therefore help the society for grow well. So I think say I'll start there first, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair, for that brief, analysis where you don't do, where they try for like, emphasize the importance of these two type of education, particularly the vocational type of education, where I feel say you really don't do justice for try for encourage people not for like look or down upon the vocational type of education. Make I come to barrister. Now barrister, in as much as we look at the importance of this type of education in the governance process of the state, make we also shift a bit and see how much it benefits the social and economic aspects of the socio-economic side of government.
Okay, thank you. Yes, indeed, the ideal situation are that this grammar school type of education get a lot for make the state benefit from, socio-economic, otherwise. But it depends on so many other factors. You see, just as I say, the purpose for education, whether it's formal, informal, whether it's grammar school or technical education. Now that you want for impact knowledge, and I will emphasize relevant knowledge. The one that we hand over this grammar school type of education to we as chairman been say, they don't do a lot of improvement and modifications. They don't look at syllabus them, they don't change them for make it suit waiting they happen in the 21st century, waiting they happen as the world they advance.
Okay.
But you find out say we inside in Africa, how then give we, now so we receive them and now so we keep them. We not don't do much yet for improve them, for modify them as they happen in other places. Now, the danger with this, now something like this. Imagine if, like, when women say, we don't emphasize the grammar school type of education. All my want to learn, pikin be lawyer, make it be doctor, make it be engineer. But then we come for find out, say, after 6 years, na secondary school, you see the pikin no sabi write letter. After 6 years, na secondary school, you're not able for pass the exam, we go make you go college. Then you begin to wonder, say, you don't waste in time. But the fundamental problem, you see, for formal education, as I've been a definer just now, the one the way they deliver them, they are also trained and qualified for able for support that system for their work. We don't find out, say, in Africa, the grammar school type of education, it don't better we, but it not better we as to what it be supposed for actually be. Okay. Yes, the reasons are that, as I tell you, we education don't always make we for be lazy. A situation where we education or they help we for think, and for remember. For remember how for go agama lizard and label.
So anything helpful for think.
No, not
so
think.
Which means we're not innovative.
No, we're not it. We education.
Banking method.
Yes, now for get around, and they don't tell we say na 4 districts they Sierra Leone. We learn them. We know the 12 districts in those days, and we learn them in terms of region. This region get this get this. Those, so we find out, say, because we improve this grammar school type of education, people go school, yes, they get the education, yes, but the impact on society, we're not able to foresee them. We're not able to foresee them because we not do nothing for improve this thing we then give we not do nothing for also encourage we safe for think. We they get problem with we students in this country when you expose them to application-based questions, for example. Just ask the student, what thing will happen if this or that or so happen? And not able to go beyond the notes. The notes where you give and where you receive, and not able to go beyond that. Where now the aspect of thinking now. And now that don't happen over time. Even the people who have been they deliver education, when sometimes still they deliver education now, they want the student to give them what they are giving them. Situations where students they expect for write exam based on the topics covered, so that then go ask them, what is this? What is that? Explain this. What, we're not able for go beyond that. And remember, we say education they sharpen the horizon, the orientation, because when you go at the world, not so anything that we do in a classroom basically they go do. Now how your mind don't prepare, that's why they go apply. And that particular aspect don't affect we for a very long time. The grammar school education will pay attention, pan. When are they we put the trunk and everything, we're not able to forget the actual essence of them. To an extent, in fact, some people can say the people don't learn book. Now they don't like this country.
Okay. So which means you try to tell me say we really need for like go back to this the way how the curriculum is,
yes,
the way how they even
teach,
provide the information
and
to
deliver
them,
yes,
and see how much they change them and change the focus.
Yes.
They're not for just cram,
research based.
Able for that. Make a bring it Reverend. Chair and barrister don't try for like explain the importance of this two type of education in both the governance process of the state and even how it helps society and the economy and governance. Now let me look at what you feel say really that the things that we don't they disturb or they hamburg or we will call it challenges we make we really enable for each day in spite of the fact that we get a lot of professors, we get PhD holders You know, but we country, we still live in like waiting Charlie and Barrister just they say. Honestly, most of the people we talk to them will say about my correct the country. So who side really they get them wrong and what's the need for them?
Well, thank you very much. Very interesting discussion. And me to look at them from this perspective, say, because of the kind importance we are attached to the grammar school type of education, people want to forget them at all cost. At all cost. So they like today, we hear about different kind of exam practice. We say students them go chase after the marks and even offer bribe for make sure say they get a certain kind of grade will not reflect the true performance. And you now go stand your ground and say your true performance should be reflected in the kind of grade you get. You become the enemy, well, so-called of progress for the student and they. So we get this kind attitude towards education. We don't make now a serious problem in our country. So what's in the happen? We get square pegs in round holes, moderator. So the way we talk about saying that they want to hold on land book and they really don't pull the country. Now the situation and because this person now really you not even qualify for the degree you get to. You not qualify at all. But because he feels say that paper will give him access to opportunities, that paper will make it, when he not consulting doors, then go open for him. He goes for that paper at all cost. Not to the learning they go for, and the paper they go for.
So whichever way you pass, if not shortcut step.
Now shortcut step, and that is what we see happening. I have been in academia for quite a long time, of course, with every respect to chairman, and none they pass me, but me say don't try this more. I just recall say the coursework, some of the coursework they are for the college. I have taught one of them for the last 12 years.
Okay.
And I don't deal with different kind of students. Anytime where they score a certain grade, they go tell you say, I don't do well. But if you score another kind of grade, you say the lecturer failed me.
So not to fail.
Not to fail, I fail and fail them. So even if you take time for explain, you put all the parameters in before them, they will still tell you say, now you responsible for make a fail.
And when they come to a query, we say, but you for add small thing, now you add small thing.
I have faced that kind of situation several times, and even currently, they just publish first semester grades. We get that kind of situation there. I shared earlier today with Charlie. I said for the very first time a student insults me. I don't teach students for the last how many years. For the very first time, this fellow was just too rude. And when in our right, the evidence there for proof say most of the time what you see around our society in a square pegs. This poor fellow could not even have passed his O-level for now was very well, but he's still there. And he claims say because he don't pay a million, now that qualify for pass. But instead he beat that. He get got for even writer. Say I've paid my bloody 7 or above million, so therefore I for pass. So the classroom exercise not pattern anymore. Not just a show now. Now that they reflect our society. That they blame the university and academic institutions say whose kind of people are we produce now? Whose product what will they give to society?
In fact, I'm not even get patience for waiting. If the person say don't pay money, why not just go to administration?
Waste your time and go to the class and see. Yes. Wait till I say you get problem with comprehension. You say now you don't teach is like nine long. But there are other people who pass the course successfully. But this one person I claim say because you fail, therefore you teach the method wrong. We get some instance where yes you can, because I am a trained and qualified teacher through and through. So I understand things and they. But there are times when the person is not qualified to be where he is. So you're not able to measure up. But now in the second say now you get problem. And that is reflected, yes, that is reflected in our society. I don't say chairman one for coming.
Yes.
There is one question where they can always look for ask in education. Say the mistakes of the doctor are kept in the mortuary, but the mistakes of the teacher, they are paraded in the streets, discussed. And you see, we get a serious challenge there. When there is a breakdown in effective education, it is reflected out there in our society, and that is what we see. That for you, because you mentioned the issue about the challenge. Some of the one that will go school safe, we know for measure up. That is part of the problem. We don't get to a point where we're afraid for make people assess students them according to the level. Some people afraid say they will put you under pressure, and there are times when you even have a conspiracy of colleagues ganging against one person where we go standing ground and say, no, we must not do it this way. We must ensure the right thing happens, so that we not put back to society product that we're not good. But that is what we see all over the place. Each for coming.
We are each for coming, because I know we close with this brief sort of idea. For say government for always make sure say the university they produce waiting and we will absorb. Because there are other governance problem down there.
The job market.
Yes. Because when you don't pull people away, no one will get job, then blame government. But if government plan them, say different, of them sort of sectors they go for go, at the end, it will solve the problem. So you go cut down unemployed graduates. You understand? Because they are a recipe of for chaos.
Definitely.
Yes.
So Chair, even as you round up, because we not get time, now just read this message. Somebody writes, it says so many young people now are Okada riders both in the urban and rural areas. What type of education should be provided to these youths so as to contribute meaningfully to national development of Sierra Leone? Mr. Unison, Research and Innovation Officer, Freetown Polytechnic. At least just 2 seconds.
Yes, of course. But then they graduate them. But in fairness, if not the Okada thing, also, have a great suitable employment for them.
Yeah, these are Okada riders. They're not graduates, but like most of the youths,
but the technical and vocational courses, they go do well for them.
And also for providing for civic education.
Of course.
So at least for
of course.
Thank you very much, Chairman. The program where you've been listening to Fumble. Now, Ncd Hour, we come to you courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. Today we've been talk about the importance of education. Well, focus been on the grammar school type of education, even though we be try for mix and with the vocational type of education, and we don't see how relevant them be in our society for help we grow. Today with me in the studio, I've been the chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, where Dr. Abubakar Hassan Kagbo. I've been with me barrister and solicitor and activist, Charlie Israel Williams, and I've also with me the top man for the National Commission for Democracy, Reverend Jibrila Kagbo. We will bring the program to you, Mina Ibrahim Sirajuba. Until we meet again, just continue to think of these things and see how much yourself will contribute for make sure we get a better Sierra Leone. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you.
National Commission for Democracy, na salon so we dey for positive participation in governance na salon. National Commission for Democracy, na salon so we dey for